back. We are live. We crashed. We're back on. Holy freaking heck. Dudes! Holy freaking heck. They made their base even a little bit bigger. Oh my. Oh my. That is a lot. Why did they put a... Oh, that's someone's graph. Alright, so we're back. We're gonna do a little bit more meat run. I wish the cartridges could actually jump like they do in actually Jurassic periods, because all creatures can jump, and they mostly jump just to get to their prey if it went too high. All right. Any RGs nearby? Nope. Alright. Oh, I see a Rex right down that way. Let's go deal with it. Oh. Got a little too full there. Alright. Alright, so pretty much the next update, I didn't want to go on that. I wanted to go on here. Jeez. Alright, here we go. Here's the last update from theirs. We're getting the 10-year anniversary party setting on June 2nd. So pretty much on Monday in the afternoon, or probably about noon Pacific Coast time, the update will happen. And 2 times might end, and it might go into 3 times or even 4 times. Because last time they did this, and this was back when I first started on ARK, and this was the 4-year anniversary at the time. No, it was the 5 years. They had it where I believe it was like 5 times, so you get the stuff 5 times faster. At this point, I didn't know about how to play the game or anything like that. I was just learning. And the person I was with at the time taught me one thing. Maybe 2 things, and that's it. How to use the cryopods and how to trank. That's it. Everything else I had to learn on my own, going for wyverns. I figured it out without even him telling me how to do it because I looked it up. Yeah, I looked it up. Everything else I looked up, and it's like, you're telling me how to do this when I already know how to do this. I didn't do it because I only had one freaking PT. I had no griffins. I had no wyverns. I couldn't even go get my own egg. Until I said, you know what? Forget this and actually go do it. First time I did it, I did it. He didn't know I did it, but I did it. 3 hours later, he goes like, okay, I'm gonna teach you how to go get eggs. Like, okay. I pretended that I didn't know what I was doing. Just watched his method. His method was so bad. No gas mask, no nothing. Like, he had no gas mask to protect himself from the poison wyverns. It was kind of funny, partially, but also, what the actual heck? And what the actual heck? See? Zilla, jeez, you made your base massive now. Holy freaking jumping chalupas. Holy mackerel. Okay. Getting off the point what we're doing. We're doing the meat run. And then we're going to be doing the metal run. Actually, I think we're just going to do the meat run. But we're just going to be talking while we're doing it. Destroy the tree. We're lagging again. Dang it. Okay. I am just hoping we get enough meat because I really want to get some of this stuff raised. Like the snow owl that I've been wanting to raise for so long. That as well as a few other things. Okay, seriously, it's kind of funny that the meat stacks actually look like they are Wagyu, so almost Wagyu. If you guys don't know what Wagyu is, it's a type of beef that it was perfected by Japanese people for so long. Alright, we are going to have that in follow. We're going to also track it because I do not want to lose track of it. Alright, so, it's kind of funny that this whole thing was me just wanting to play to actually just to have some fun with you guys. And then it became a whole entire conversation about old Ark, about recent events that have been happening on Ark, as well as what is coming up. Besides the birthday bash, or this anniversary bash, I should say. I'm calling it the anniversary bash because it technically is a bash before summer bash happens. Some people might not call it that. I'm calling it that because it's like a month before the
Not too long ago,
whole thing.
I thought this place was a far-off utopia where I could study all the world's lost wonders. Now that I'm certain it's not natural at all, I have to say, it's lost a lot of luster. Interference with mankind hasn't helped. Most tribes have learned to live in harmony with their slice of the island. But some aren't content with that. One is even trying to conquer all the others. And naturally, this ecosystem won't be any better off if it's burned down in some great war. The sunrises are still beautiful, though. At least nothing can change that.
I always like hearing the Helena Explorer notes because they are... The actress who did her did a fantastic job. But in general, like, it's amazing. How they did this whole storytelling and all this, and actually decided to say, hey, let's ask a few actors and actresses to actually do this. One of the actors, and he is actually one of my favorites, and it's mostly because of his role on the Doctor Who series. He was the 10th Doctor. You guys will know him. David Tennant? I think that's his name, his last name. Either way, he is one of my favorite actors. If I have a chance to actually meet him, I would jump through a hoop to do it. If he actually came here to Comic-Con and actually was doing a meet and greet kind of thing and get autographs and pictures, I would be paying for the whole thing. I just don't care how much it would be. I would want to see him and tell him that he was the doctor that got me into watching Doctor Who. Because I loved that, I just loved it how he did the Doctor Who. But we're not going to talk about Doctor Who. We're talking about ARC. But either way, the way the Wildcard actually did get all these people, all these actors and actresses to actually go do these voices was amazing. Especially getting some of these well-known actors and actresses to actually do it. Like David Tennant doing Rockwell. Like, oh my lord. He did an amazing job doing Rockwell. Because he's quirky, he's kooky, and he's also crazy to find out everything. And how David Tennant did it, just an amazing job. I don't remember who the actress who did Mei Ying, but she also does a very good job at it. Like, an amazing job. Any of the actors or actresses have done the characters from the ARC series, from the animated series, or even on the game. I would love to meet them. I would love to talk to them and ask them, how did they get their roles to do those? Because the whole entire time when I was watching another streamer who was actually going to each map, getting all the Explorer notes, reading every Explorer note there, and then reenacting the whole thing, he did very well doing that. And then finding all these small actors and actresses to actually voice these characters and bring them to life. And then I think Wildcard actually saw that and go like, hey, let's do that, because I think that would be a good idea to do. They might ask him, hey, your input might be good, and maybe ask him to come and join into the fun. Maybe, I don't know. But it was really cool just to see. Come on. Just jump down. Thank you. But yeah, the whole thing with how they did it, amazing. It just mind blows how they did it. And not just that, it was just mind blows how they did a lot of these creatures, how they made the scenery, all of that, just made it look an amazing game. An amazing game that's been here for almost 10 years, and people are just coming onto this game now, or coming back to it after years later. It is such an amazing game, and if Wildcard actually ever hears or even listens to my or watches my streams and actually ever does, I'll be telling them, you did a fantastic job on a game that I play for hours and hours and hours each day. And I would play until I can't play anymore. I play the official servers. I love playing the official servers. But also, if they do decide to stop doing the official servers completely because R2's coming out, I'll be going like, okay, I'm going back onto single players. Oh my lord, Helena. I was even trying to find that Explorer note.
A Eurypterid rarely has difficulty finding food to keep itself nourished, even at the bottom of the ocean. A Eurypterid's threat comes not directly from its raw strength. Instead, it combines a hard defensive exoskeleton. Powerful effect. The sting of a Eurypterid increases torpor while increasing stamina, quickly rendering its opponent unable to defend itself. While Eurypterids are not intelligent enough to be tamed, this doesn't mean they are without utility to tribes. They are a wonderful source of chitin, and their digestive tract often contains silicate pearls. They sometimes even have ingested incredibly rare black pearls, used by
hey, she mentioned black pearls,
making them among the most valuable creatures on the island.
Not just on the island, on just about any map. But yes, there was actually a place that I actually enjoyed going to, and this was on Ragnarok, and they always spawn there. And it's the one area that I always go to get black pearls. One of my tribe mates kept saying to me at the time, you don't need to do that, we got black pearl gotchas. I'm like, well, I like coming here because, one, I get drops. Two, I get drops because there are crates that spawn in that area. Some of you guys who have played Ragnarok, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you guys who have not played Ragnarok have no idea what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. I'm getting to the point. Pretty much, this whole area, that whole area was a little, like, kind of like a little lagoon, almost. Or a little bay. Some of us would call it Viking Bay. Or Viking Cove. I call it Viking Bay because it pretty much is a Viking Bay. Why a lot of people always put the Viking at the beginning of it is because it had a sunken Viking ship at the bottom of it. And some of us actually made some stories like I did, like this ship was roaming around, got attacked by another ship, got sunk, and that's how it got down there. Another story was that my buddy actually came up with was it was going around on the bays trying to find a spot to get an amazing creatures to be part of their army. Then one of the creatures they saw, it was bigger, faster, and stronger, and it got to them and destroyed their ship. Seriously, why are there these creatures all over the place? Like, there was a Rex, there's a freaking bloody Therizino. Why? But yeah, we just had fun. Like, right now, me and a couple of buddies are just making up stories about another game that we're playing, or we have been playing, or they've started it all night, and then I decided to join in because it's kind of fun. Making stories about certain characters. Like, on here on Ark, I've already made a story of my character. My character give me 1 second. Alright. So, pretty much, my character here, he was a great warrior. He was a protector of his village, was betrayed by his village, or by the leader of the village, was killed in his sleep and then his family was killed afterwards. And he's just trying to find a way back home because he thought that his tribal chief or his tribal leader, his village leader, abandoned him and took him to another place and abandoned him there. And somehow this thing on his arm showed up. He's just trying to find a way home back to his loving the wife and his children. So that's the story I came up with. I kind of like the story, so I stuck with it for this character. It's kind of tragic at the beginning, but then it shows that he is still thinking of his family and still trying to get home. But one of the things is, while he's trying to get home, he finds Minerva, and Minerva is trying to recruit him because he sees the great warrior in him. But Eric, that's what I call this Viking, Eric doesn't want to be part of another clan. He wants to be part back into his clan, try to find his people. He finds one of his people, his friend, the friend that he helped, that he saved in a great battle, and the friend that he didn't know also was the betrayer, because he also told the village leader to actually do what he did. He did, and Eric doesn't know this. Eric doesn't know that his friend told him to do it. Either way, the story is amazing, and I might actually do a small little series about it. I might actually do it on single player and actually just make all the stuff, make all the villagers, make all the whole thing, have a few people that actually join in with it, and have a little fun with it, because it sounds cool, the story sounds amazing. I just need to write it down. I've already made, I think I made 3 characters out of the whole entire thing that I was doing. Yes, this was also going to be partial of a YouTube series I was going to do. I was going to record it, have my friends do the lines on their side and send the audio, and do that way, and that's what was going to happen, and I scrapped it because we couldn't do it all. There was too much going on at the time. I was moving. Also, the official servers were shutting down, which is like, well, what's going to happen with Ark? So I stopped playing for a little while. And then when Ark Survival Ascended came out, or was announced, I was like, well, I guess we're coming back to Ark. But, yeah, I'm still gonna try to actually do it. I am gonna get a handful of people. I would say once Ragnarok servers are open and we have start actually doing some of the stuff, I might just go like, hey, I'm going to be starting up a series. We're going to do it on a unofficial server. Would you guys like to be a part of it? And I'll be asking a few people, a few friends of mine. And, yeah, we'll go from there. And if people say that they would love to join, that would be fantastic. Because I would love to get this this whole thing out there for people to see and to explore. Alright. I did not mean to hit that. Let's see, where are we? We're right over here. Okay. Let's oh, hello. See you there. Alright, we are actually going to empty the Karcha. What the heck just attacked me? The heck was that? Because one, I was lagging at the time, so I couldn't see nothing. That was actually kind of crazy at the same time. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. Taking all the meat and putting it in the hyenodons. I am lagging pretty bad. Let's increase it more in weight. So we know that these guys are not going to be... Oh. Well, dang it. I could have just left... Okay. We're just going to leave them be for right now. We're going to cut through the swamps. But yeah, the place that I was thinking to having this Viking mostly started off at was an area that it's not too dangerous, and it will not be ending up where there's going to be a Giga showing up, which there's a lot of places on that map that there is going to be a lot of Gigas. But he's going to find a creature that he has heard in a certain legend of another cult in another country by a traveler from that country talking about this creature. And he remembers it because because the person described the creature exactly like he is seeing it. But I'm not going to tell you which creature it is. I'm not going to tell you where his base is, where he set up camp, or any of that until the story starts happening. Until I start recording. Okay, that one hyenodon is just staying over there. That's a little annoying. Oh, you gotta kid me. But I am actually going to be contacting someone and asking them if they can make a Pacific song for it. And I'm pretty sure they will say yes, because it would be kind of cool. Just hoping he will say yes. Even if he doesn't, it would still be very cool just to actually... Why do you guys have a base here when you guys have a... You guys have like 4 bases now. Like, dear Lord. This is the one thing I don't understand. If people like to make a lot of bases, do it on unofficial servers. They can make a whole tons of bases and they're not interrupting anybody else's what they're trying to do. jeez. Like, the old map I went on, or went back to, before, seriously, you're still not following. What the heck? Even though I stood still for 3 minutes for you to catch up. Also, I can't even hear the music. I think the music stopped. No, it's on a quiet one, that's why. But, yeah. That is the plan what we're trying to do. I am still writing up the script. I'm still writing up the backstory on each character. Because in the middle of it, I'm going to have all the characters except for one showing up. Like you'll know mostly all the characters except for one. And there's one character you will see later on. So you guys will be seeing every single character in the middle of the series. I don't know how many episodes I'm going to do of the series. We're going to have some fun with it. Hopefully, series hopefully will get done by next, like, hopefully we'll start getting done, like, the first 2 episodes in the next 2 months. I just gotta finish writing up the story and where the story is gonna go. And I cannot have it sound like it's like anything else. I gotta make it like it's my own. Like it's my own story. And of course this character did meet 1 or 2 of the original characters from the actual main characters on Ark. He met Rockwell, he met Helena, and he met Mei Ying. But these are not the same Mei Ying, Helena, or Rockwell that we know on the actual game. They're different ones. They are them, but they weren't the ones that came from the island or started on the island. They started on that map, on that arc called Ragnarok. So doing that whole entire story, it's gonna be fun. Like, I think I'm gonna have fun writing it down, having it cast up, all that. I think I already have maybe 2 or 3 people in mind that I want to be part of it, and they want to put their little input on what their character is gonna be. We'll go for it. So, yeah, we're gonna try to make it seem interesting for everybody. I'm pretty sure watching me do this meat run, as well as talking about my ideas about the series is going to be coming up that I'm going to try to do, it seems pretty boring. And it's also very noisy upstairs. my lord. This base right by me, I'm lagging a lot because it is so buggy. Holy freaking heck. Alright. We're going this way because there might be a Titanosaurus. And it would be great to actually kill one. Alright. Hyenodons are on the land. Let's see if this Titanosaurus is over here. But I'm kind of excited to actually find these dodos that have little party hats and just kill every single one of them. Funny thing is, and this is really, really funny when I saw this. This happened 5 years ago. Someone was playing, and their girlfriend was there, and she was going all cutesy kind of way with the dodo, with the party hats, and he kills them. He kills it. She smacks him in the back of the head. It's like, why would you do that? He's like, I needed to. He's like, that thing was cute. You should have tamed that. One thing is, you could never tame those things. Even though it would have been awesome, but you couldn't. Oh, okay. I gotta actually cut through this way. I can't go that way. But yeah, it was just that it makes me think of that now. This whole anniversary thing happening. It's gonna be happening. It's reminding me that video. I'm wondering if I can actually find that now. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna re-upload that. Just have a little fun with it. And go from there. Alright, as you guys see, it is just pretty boring, and it's taking a lot longer than I expected to actually do this meat run. Mostly because I'm in the wrong freaking spot. I really cannot wait until the new map comes out and I can actually do meat runs on that, because once that new map comes out, we're probably going to be moving everything from here to there. Also, I will be doing comparison on a single server, or on a single player, spawning in 2 creatures. I will be spawning in 1 Karcha, 1 Giga. Both have saddles. One of them going after a Wild Titan. The other one also going for another Titan. Me not riding any of them. And seeing which one will stay with the better health and all that. Oh, I'm gonna not like this. I am not doing that. Dear Lord, who? Seriously? More? Oh my lord. Okay. They're taking a while to come to me. Alright, so this whole thing is getting a little crazy, just trying to find a way back to base now. So I don't think we're going to be doing a whole freaking meat run. I think we're just going to be heading back pretty soon anyway, because it's already like almost noon, and I do have to get off. So, 9 days. Someone turned that off? I wondered if someone turned off their generator, which is not cool. Like, if you guys see someone's generator, leave it on. Don't turn it off. And yeah, no one turned it off. It just died. It had no gas. I know what's wrong with it. It got no gas in it. I always loved watching that meme. That meme was so freaking hilarious. And people just made it where it seems like he talked about something else. And always saying that it doesn't have any gas in it. It's freaking hilarious. It's kind of like that. You know what? That would be a freaking hilarious TikTok video right there. Come on. Man, these handguns are moving slow. I always love hearing the sea shanty. It's always like relaxing in a way. Okay, where am I? Oh, I know where I'm at. Oh, this just brings back memories. Alright, so when I first started on Ark Survival Ascendant, or Ark Survival Evolved, like back on the old one, back on the PlayStation 4, before the whole entire thing was downloaded, and before I even, before it was finished updating, because one of my friends wanted me to join them on their server, I was like, yeah, sure. Right when the game was ready, I was like, let me try a little bit of the single player, and I wanted to see if I might like it. I still played with him afterwards, even though I didn't like how I was dying so freaking fast. I died maybe 4 times before I was able to get anything. And it's mostly because at the start, I spawned 2 times at the worst area. And this area was so bad that I was dying, not by the creatures, by the cold. I spawned it in the snow biome. So then the last 2 times I came right here, exactly in this area, at the very first spawned area. played it a little bit. Built a little hut. Or, yeah, I built a little hut. Made it out of thatch. Didn't make a bed because I didn't even think about making a bed. Oh, hello.
Now, Jane, before you get all wound up about me spending time with some castaway girl, let me just say, you got nothing to worry about on that score. It's more like when your folks used to make us take your know-it-all kid sister along with us everywhere. You know, a real pain in the ass. She just washed up on my beach, and boy, does it show. Doubt the girl would last half a day on this island if I wasn't here to babysit her. She's too damn soft. The very first time I saw her, she kept me from catching some squab for dinner. And suddenly I've got some brat lecturing me about how her precious new pet's the last of its kind. Wants me to take her seriously, like she's some kind of expert. All she has to do is look around. I mean, those fat little birds are all over the place here. I haven't even told you the nuttiest part. How she claims to be from the future. At least she says the good guys won. Which means you stayed safe and sound stateside. Either way, I thought I better show the girl what we're dealing with here. Man-eating monsters, floating sky things, the whole 9 yards. But maybe I shouldn't have rushed her. She's been just staring at all of it. Long enough for me to take her picture and write you this note. But don't worry. I promise I won't let her slow me down too much. Nothing's keeping me from getting back to your home cooking. Save me some, baby. Bob.
I always love hearing the Bob Tales, Tall Tales, Explorer notes. They are so freaking hilarious, but also true at the same time, because the last part that he wants to come back to her home cooking. I'm sorry, any man, doesn't matter who they are, would always love to get back home to their wife or girlfriend's homemade cooking. Even though my girl doesn't know how to cook, but when she does cook, I don't have to cook at all. When she starts cooking, I'm good with that. But either way, it's always kind of cool. It's always kind of funny because he adds a little. The guy who did it, like who wrote it down and all that, he put a little quirkiness, and it is so freaking hilarious. Like, I like how they added a little quirkiness, a little bit of sassiness into it, and all that. It was funny. Ooh, Bronto. I see a Bronto. Killed 3. Jeez. Alright, we're gonna go kill this Bronto. But yeah, as I was reminiscing to my first time here, first time I spawned here, I came up this way. I actually did cross without getting attacked, which is surprising. I came up this way, and then all of a sudden I see this creature. I didn't know what creature it was until I saw its spine. Yes, you guys might have already realized which creature I'm talking about. The Spinosaurus. Holy freaking heck. This Spinosaurus looked my direction. I didn't do that, but okay. We'll wait till she's done talking.
From a giant crocodile, a patient killing machine. It spends much of its days lazily waiting in the water for prey to walk near. That said, it is not opposed to scurrying onto land and pressing the issue when hungry. A good tactic for escaping many predators is to jump into the water, as most are slow swimmers. This is a bad tactic for escaping a Sarcosuchus, obviously, as they are actually faster in the water than they are on land.
Oh,
Whether in
they
land
definitely
or
are.
water, it utilizes a well-rounded arsenal of attacks to display its prowess as a hunter. If it desires to grab a predator and spin into a death roll, quickly lunge forward for a surprise attack, or target a foe directly behind it, it is able to do so with extreme ease. Sarcosuchus is a ferocious creature that even causes the fearless piranha to flee at the sight of it. Despite being river-dwelling creatures, Sarcosuchus seem quite at ease in the oceans. More than a few fishing communities use them as mounts, simply to help fight off megalodons, or to gain better access to the resources found within the reefs.
Yep. Heck, I've used them to go after certain resources in the water. Heck, one time I actually used it to actually go swimming it to try to get the artifact. Worst idea. Really worst idea. But it was fun. It was just hysterical when when that happened. What the? What the heck is that? Is that a trap? I think that is a trap. Fox Hunt made it. It's kind of weird. But, yeah. We're getting off that. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, saw this final. Decided to bolt out of there. I didn't know about the Hydro Boost at all until I had my own Spino. I got a little killed by that Spino. It was funny, but also like, what the heck kind of situation. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually getting really close to base. We're actually going to stop here. Mostly because my head is actually pounding really bad, and I need to stop. I thought I'll be able to do it without any problems, but yeah, this thing just kicked in, so it's like, okay, I have to stop. No matter what, I have to. So we're gonna end it here. I will be streaming on Monday, and we will be doing doing Ragnarok, but also going to kill a bunch of those dodos. The first couple of days we're gonna go over to Ragnarok and we're gonna start building. Why does it look like he made a gun range? This is so... Hall of Shame? What the... Are these just people who spawned in their freaking yards and died and they taxidermy them, maybe? I don't know. It's not gonna say anything. Let's just head back to base. So yeah, guys, I'll have to end it here. Because my head is kind of hurting. I gotta stop the music as well. because I think that's also part of the reasons why my head's hurting more. But we will be streaming on Monday, mostly going to Ragnarok, starting up the map, or starting up the base to start building. We're going to do the whole works. First, we're going to do wood because we don't have a choice. And after that, yeah, I think that's about it. I think we're just going to get the wood, get all that, start building, and go from there. And the place we're going to try to go get is the Herbivore Islands. So we're going to try to get that because, one, that was my first area that I got, and it was the place that always held a special place for me. There was another spot, but I kind of don't want to go there, mostly because I've had a lot of bad experience in that area. Mostly because it was the second area that I went to after we lost that spot, because the owner of the tribe decided to say, hey, we're going to be leaving this area. I was like, why? Mostly because people were harping on them about certain things. It's like, what did you do? For one. And two, I don't want to go anywhere. I like that spot. Either way, we had to go. We went to the new server. Did all that. Was still on the same map, just on a different server. Which was okay, I guess. But definitely on this server, when Ragnarok comes out, and after I get my first flyer and actually trap my two that I want to get, and these two I will be grabbing right off the bat. And these two, you guys might not know what I'm talking about, but it's griffins. We are going to get griffins as soon as we can, because griffins are now going to be breedable, which is going to be fantastic. Like, I love the idea of breedable griffins. Like, I know a lot of players back on Old Ark has been asking Wildcard, hey, we know you made wyverns and rock traits breedable. Why not make griffins breedable? And now Wildcard actually heard us and actually is doing it, which a lot of us are excited. Especially one person, and this person is in my life. She is super excited. She is going goo goo gaga for when she heard about it. She went crazy, but in a good way. She went super crazy when she heard about it, and so yeah. The other creature that I cannot wait, and this is a creature that is also coming out at the same time when the breedable part comes, the bison. The bison apparently can be milked, which I didn't read the full details of it at the time because it disappeared about a couple hours later. Because then it talked about griffins. I'm like, what, these things can be milked? What does the milk be able to be used for? I had a theory that the milk from the bison can be used to raise wyverns. Imagine this. You're on a server where there's no wyverns. You have no means to get milk. You have no means at all to get the milk. What do? Do you just don't do anything? No. And try to find a way to get the milk. But if this thing is what I heard is correct, that we are able to get milk, that we can get milk through the bisons and actually works on raising wyverns, that is a game changer. We don't have to risk our wyverns. We don't have to risk our PTs to raise wyverns anymore. We can use these bison milk to raise wyverns. If my theory was correct, which I'm hoping it is, and I've been trying to find details about it for so long, about these bisons, about them being able to milk, and every single time I look it up, people's been throwing out theories that also been saying the same theories. They might be able to use these milks to raise the wyverns. Now the question is it true? Is that theory true? My first theory when Ark Survival Ascended came out, and I was like telling my soon-to-be wife, I was like, hey, I have a theory that when Ragnarok comes out, griffins will be breedable. My theory was correct. And she looked at me when she read it. She was like, you were correct on the theory. I was like, yeah, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe I was correct on that theory. But yeah, we're gonna end it here because one, I have to stop. Because one, my head's hurting even more, and I just really need to stop this music as well as stop streaming. I will be streaming on Monday. We'll be streaming on Ragnarok. I hope you guys will stay tuned and have some fun and watch. Game on, have fun with friends and family. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.